For the first time, a government agency in the U.S. is suing Facebook over its alleged failure to protect users' personal information. The Attorney General of Washington, D.C. started investigating Facebook earlier this year. The probe began after the company allowed the political consulting firm Cambridge Analytica to obtain user data. Wired editor-in-chief and CBS News contributor Nicholas Thompson shows us the potential risks for Facebook. Nick, good morning.
Good morning. The lawsuit comes days after a scathing New York Times report on the ways that Facebook shared data with its more than 150 corporate partners. Facebook has been on the defensive for months now as consumers question the company's commitment to protecting their privacy.
I think this lawsuit will accelerate a change.
In a lawsuit filed Wednesday, District of Columbia Attorney General Karl Racine alleges Facebook misrepresented the extent to which it protects its consumers' personal data and failed to adequately disclose to consumers that their data can be accessed without their knowledge.
Users, in many cases, had no idea how their personal and user information was being utilized.
In a statement, Facebook says, "We're reviewing the complaint and look forward to continuing our discussions with attorneys general in D.C. and elsewhere."
It was my mistake, and I'm sorry.
Since the Cambridge Analytica scandal, Facebook has faced growing criticism for a series of privacy missteps. Last week, the company admitted that nearly 7 million users' photos may have been exposed to third-party apps. And on Tuesday, the New York Times reported that the company gave many tech companies far greater access to user data than previously had been disclosed. Some, including Netflix and Spotify, were allowed to read, write, and delete users' private messages through services they built. But on Wednesday, Facebook said the data was only available to those companies when users accessed their apps using a Facebook login. Quote, "No third party was reading your private messages or writing messages to your friends without your permission."
I just can't tolerate the lack of respect of me as a user that we see from Facebook.
Terrilyn McCormick is marking her 10-year anniversary as a Facebook user by breaking up with the social media platform for good. She's one of many cutting back. A survey in January found 74% of Facebook users said they logged on daily. But by June, 42% reported that they were taking a break of a few weeks or more. 26% said they deleted the app from their phones.
We trust that a company is going to protect our privacy, protect our data, and I think we've seen from Facebook in the last few years that they're just not doing that.
Facebook's stock dropped more than 7% yesterday. According to the Attorney General, his office has had discussions with a number of other states that are interested in protecting personal information.
Seems like it just keeps heating up for Facebook. Now, let me ask you about this. Facebook says that users gave their permission to share this data. Is that true?
Users gave their permission. They logged into the places, to the corporate partners, but I don't think users quite understood entirely how their data was being shared.
So can Facebook protect our privacy and still grow their business? Or is the business model and sharing this data irrevocably bound together?
That is the foundational question for Facebook. The central problem is that for most of their lifetime, they prioritized growth and utility and not privacy, and that is coming back to bite them.
This comes as a damning time. We had that Senate report saying they weren't as forthcoming as many investigators had hoped they would be.
Well, and that so many people are manipulating Facebook and other social media to undermine democracy.
And continue to do so.
Absolutely.
Nick, thank you. Great to have you.
Thank you.